Okay, so first off, to start off, what's your name?
My name's Ryan
Last
Wilson.
name? Okay, and then Ryan, what do you do with Hobbytown?
I'm the owner.
Okay, awesome. So this is your store,
Yes.
and you guys just moved into the store how long ago?
So we've actually been at this location for 10 years. We just recently did a full remodel and doubled our square footage.
Okay, so let's go check it out.
Sounds good.
Show us around.
Sounds good. Come on in. This is going to be our entrance and kind of our what we call impulse/toy section.
Okay.
So as you can see through here, this is all the fun, just pick-me-up toys. We carry pretty much all the main popular brands, everything from Keycraft to Toysmith to License to Play, you kind of name it, we've got it. The ever-popular Nitos, Boba keychains, I mean, anything and everything you can imagine a kid's gonna want is in this section here. This is going to be our model railroading section. We carry everything from N, HO, O, and G scale. So we'll have everything for the beginners, the intermediates, and the advanced hobbyists in this particular category. In this particular section of the store, we have everything basically sectioned out by scale, which is going to be the physical size. So this is going to be our HO accessory section here, which will be mostly all of your buildings and people, vehicles, things of that nature. So this was kind of our HO section. This is going to be our O gauge, which is primarily Lionel for us. We have everything from their basic tracks to their beginner sets, again, all the way to the accessories as far as buildings, people, vehicles, down here at the very, very end.
And these are the bigger ones?
These are going to be the bigger, so this is going to be the second largest scale that we carry here in the store.
What's the largest?
The largest is going to be G scale, which, to be honest, I don't have a lot of at the moment, but if you look up top, the track that's hanging from the ceiling, that will be G scale, so, which stands for garden scale, so it's a much larger outdoor style track.
Yes.
And then last but not least, in the railroad section will be the N scale, which would be the smallest scale that we offer here. And again, we have everything from the basic track pieces to the beginner sets to all the different accessories for the modelist. But this is going to be the most popular railroad category, which is going to be the scenery. So we carry primarily what's called wooden scenics, scenery pieces. So they have everything from ballast to realistic water to straw fields. They've got interactive working lights for streets, buildings, you name it, they've really got it. So this is going to be the largest category within trains for us. The next section over here will be the paint portion. We've expanded our paint portfolio by double, and we're going to be adding some more in the next couple months. So this is going to be our model section. We have everything from model cars to warbirds, sci-fi models, battleships, armored vehicles. We've got the full category. And again, we're going to be about doubling our inventory in this as well in the next coming week. So these are my particular favorite right here.
All the Star Wars?
Well, any of these really. There are Star Wars ones, but we have the DeLorean, the Titanic, we've got Lord of the Rings models, we've got Queen's and Revenge, dragons, battleships, you name it. This is my favorite category out of them all when it comes to the models. These will be our wooden models here. This is a company called U-Gear. We've had very good success with them. All the U-Gear models have some sort of motion component to them. So whether it's winding up a rubber band and it will propel itself forward or spin a merry-go-round or anything like that, these are super cool. I'm gonna call this the Bridge line, which is a company called RoboTime. It's kind of a model, but kind of a puzzle at the same time. So they're gonna have all sorts of different models. So they're gonna have seasonal flowers, they're gonna have music boxes, clocks. The most popular series in this particular line is going to be their Book Nook series, which is this one here. So these are great. You actually put these together, you put them on your bookshelf, and it's just like a little scene that goes in between your books on your bookshelf. There's several different examples of them up here, some Harry Potter themed and some general themed ones as well.
I might need one of those for my bookshelf.
They're great. I love them. A huge category for us at this store is going to be puzzles. So our top puzzle brands are going to be Ravensburger, White Mountain Puzzle, and Eurographics. So this whole section here will be our Ravensburger section, which is probably the #1 name in puzzles overall. And then White Mountain Puzzles are your really good traditional collage style puzzles.
Those are some of my favorites to do. My mom loves puzzles.
Yes. So back here, we will have our Gunpla, which is going to be by a brand called Bandai. Me being a 90s child, I loved Gundam. It was my favorite cartoon growing up. So this whole section here is dedicated to Bandai and the robotic models that were in the series and all the new series that have come out. We've also, moving further this way, are going to roll into all of our board games. This will be role-playing games, family games, card games, things like that. We carry all of the classic chess, backgammon, checkers. We've got a slew of family games in here as well, which is something we try to focus on here because we believe that family time is free time and we want families to come together. The next section will be our Games Workshop section, which will be this entire section here. We do both Warhammer 40K and we do Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
So the community aspect of Hobbytown, I feel like, is a big part of it, right? Because
Yes,
you guys
it
have the
is.
space now for that too.
It is. So one of the pros of us doubling our square footage is we had the ability to put a 2,200 square foot community space in there, which we'll get to in a minute, but we're gonna call it the garage at Hobbytown. So we have these big, beautiful glass garage doors. It's great. This is gonna get you into our toy and STEM section. So we have all sorts of different role-playing toys here, everything from the toy guns, bow and arrows, princess dresses, push mowers, you name it. It's really there. This is gonna be our STEM section, which is really our go-to section for a lot of our homeschooled clientele that seems to be growing at an exponential rate. So this will be all of your school stuff, essentially.
Telescopes. And
Telescope, anything
binoculars.
educational.
This is where I would have thrived.
So this is going to be our craft section at the moment. A really good line for us has been this Make It Real. We've really liked it. Girl clientele is something we really did not have a good grasp on for many, many years. And ever since the pandemic, we kind of reformulated our buying process and the types of products that we wanted to bring in and who we wanted to reach out to. And this has been a great one.
That's a good point because I feel like a lot of hobbies are typically geared towards boys, right?
They are. A lot of hobbies are geared towards boys, and then hobby and craft are very commonly overlapped.
Yeah.
And craft is more female oriented and hobbies are more male oriented. So we're trying to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Too. Again, this is just going to be some more your just toys in here. So our next section is going to actually be our imagination section. It's going to start out with a brand called Tony's. Tony's has been really, really popular. It's been a very hot brand for us. So it's going to kind of start you're younger and then work your way over to a older child. So we got Tony's and we got books. We're going to have all of your big brand as far as like Mattel, Spin Master, Hasbro, all the hot toys they have. We just kind of keep those on an ever rolling system. So that's most of this is here. This is Calico Critters, which is only found in specialty now, which we're considered specialty. So I really like this brand and it has done very, very well for us.
Yeah.
Calico Critters is a little bit more girl oriented, where Playmobil is more the boy oriented version of Calico Critters. Classic Wooden Trains always does fantastic for us. We picked up Kadoozy about 2 years ago, and it's done very well for us for a much younger child that we typically never had anything for, so it's been a good addition as well. So this is going to be our seasonal section. This will change throughout the season, so right now it's spring, summer, going into early fall, so we have a lot of outdoor products here. So swings, slack lines, ninja ropes, Nerf footballs, all the classic outdoor games and everything here in this section. Behind me is the garage. So this is what I was talking about earlier about our community space. This is my baby child. I designed the garage doors, I designed the walls, I designed everything on this one. But ultimately what this space is it's 2,200 square feet of community space. So right now, we have a rolling mini Z League that's gonna be in here every other week. So it's gonna be a Tuesday through a Friday. There'll be a different layout every single week. They're actually having a race series tonight, and then they'll pack up and we'll have a week break and we'll pick it back up.
Yeah.
But this room will eventually be used for not only mini Z, but drift racing. It's gonna be used for gaming, swap meets, you name it. It's just gonna be used for anything and everything we can possibly use it for the community. That's what stimulated us to do this expansion, because we needed some more space and radio control just to maintain the customer clientele we have currently. And then our toy business has grown so much that we needed to double that square footage.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. Thank you.
You've already seen me go that way, right?
Yes, so next section will be radio control. So we've tried to make it as easy as possible, especially for like newer people are coming, or like when the wife comes in for the husband or vice versa or whatever, and they're like, I need this one thing that I have no idea what it is. So we've tried segmenting all the different categories to the best of our ability. So we're gonna have our racer selection here. We're gonna have our low-C promoter section here. This is all short course and drift through here to our right. This is going to end up being where all of our batteries, chargers, ESCs, and motors and controllers are going to be. They're all going to be in glass lit cases through here. Apparently, you can make everything else in America besides glass cases. So I have no idea. But again, over here is going to be more of the accessories. This is going to be all of our monster truck tires, bodies, and accessories over here. This side will be all of our crawlers, 10 scale, 8 scale, and 5th scale. As we move our way this way, this is going to be the street car section. That's also going to involve drift vehicles. So what we're looking at here at the moment are going to be all the different street cars that we offer. To your left is going to be some of our bodies and wheels and tires for our drift series that we're going to be starting up in our room back here. So this will be the mini Zs that we race back there.
On that little tiny track.
On that little track back there, yes. Those teeny tiny things on that track.
How fast do those go?
I'm gonna say like 25-ish.
Okay.
Right around there. These are going to be all the different planes we offer at the moment. And then this space over here will be our RC showroom. So our goal with this showroom is to have every make and model that we offer out on display so that the customer can choose exactly what they want. We'll, ask them a couple questions as far as, what do you want out of your vehicle? Where do you want to run it? How fast do you want to go? Price point. And then we'll really be able to narrow it down and give them a selection of vehicles to work with. Kind of like a good, better, best situation.
Yeah.
And we're trying to have these as well spaced out as far as segregated between the different classes that they are. Yes, so again, just kind of going down the line, we've got everything separated as far as what kind of generic class of vehicle that they are in. So this is going to be more of our rock crawler section. And then at the end, we will have our boat selection as well.
This is like massive.
Yes, so that's going to be what they call a 1/5 scale crawler. So it is, for reference on there, this is my arm.
There you go.
It's huge.
Yeah, that's a big model.
Yes.
And then the boats. The boats also do racing, right?
Yes, the boats also do racing. I'm not aware of any racing leagues around here, but there should be since we have so much water in the city. But we have boats that are everything for the pool, and then we have them all the way out to the racing boats that you race out on the open channel. Our fastest boat's probably around 55 miles per hour.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So what's the type of, like, the one thing about hobbyists or modeling that people maybe have like a misconception about, or they think is, once they get into it, they learn like, this is actually like the reality of this?
I think the misconception is that, how do you put it? The misconception is people think they don't have the time for it, but they really do. It's about making the time for yourself to be able to do it. That's the biggest misconception I have. And then once you're in it, you realize there's a whole community of people out there who really like the same things you do. And that's what's most important.
Is there anything in here that you guys don't offer yet that you want to really get into in the hobby space?
At the moment, no. As far as if you lump toy into hobby space, yes, there's quite a few things I still want to bring in that we haven't gotten to do yet. We really want to do a lot of community-based things, so we really want to have like local community groups coming in and using our facilities as far as the track or the space back here.
Yeah.
Because there's no other way to really grow the hobby business unless you're actively involved in the hobby community.
And then what about schools and stuff like that? Is there like educational opportunities?
There are some educational opportunities. That's really going to depend on wherever the owner lives. Unfortunately, in Knox County, there's not a lot we can do with the public school systems because they have their own rules, which is why we reached out to the homeschool community, and we've, gained some business there. So we are full service, so we don't just sell, we do repair and maintain vehicles for our customers. So back behind our airplane wall is where we actually keep all of our parts and fiddly bobs and such. But that was something, I think we're the first store to actually do that, put everything behind like this. The reason we did that is just because it's always unorganized and you really just don't want to look at it and it's kind of an eyesore.
Yeah.
So we kind of took the AutoZone or Riley's, we took their approach and it's all just kind of behind the counter where you don't see it, but it's all back there.
Yeah.
But these workstations here are actually rolling Husky tool chests. So each employee has their own tool chest.
Nice.
They have all their tools that they want, kind of like a mechanic in an actual car garage.
Yeah. And then do you guys do any like education on like, this is how you start modeling, this is how you start building, any classes like that?
At the moment we don't, but we are working with a couple of local groups to hopefully pull those classes in here.
Cool.
Yeah.